Ken, I gotta hit you with this other question though. I mean, you see what's going on in Atlanta right now with Young Thug and
man, that's
YSL. A lot of folks have been indicted and hit with the RICO. What were your thoughts on all of that was going on?
Well, you know, I come from the era of indictments. You know, in the early '80s, you know, crack cocaine came into America. You know, and I think Rick Ross, in the interview that I did with him, he was talking about the Contra rebels. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that they was bringing, you know, the Colombians were bringing drugs into L.A. And, you know, so what they did back then, they created the conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and so what they did, they changed the laws. You know, they gave us New Jack City. They gave us, you know, Scarface. And all these shows was designed to, you know, spark the young African Americans to be drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Before that, you know, you hear Al Capone, you know, you hear Frank Nitti. We was inspired to be gangsters. That's when you start seeing young African American men want to be gangsters because, you know, I mean, you know, perception is reality. So, you know, that those laws that was established back then have been enhanced. So what they doing now is they adding the gang a section to it, you know. So they bringing the gang thing to it. So like, you know, what people don't know is like when you're a member of a gang, if that gang is still active and you're not active, you know, the feds, what they do is they try to send people from the gang into your clique. They try to make sure, you know, they can make those connections. And you know what I'm saying, if you so happen to just say, man, bring me a dime bag of weed over the phone, you know, using the phone, electronic services is considered conspiracy or it's a federal crime. You know, and so it's 5,000 federal statutes on the federal. It's 5,000 statutes on the federal list of crimes. So you don't know when you, like, a lot of people don't know, if you go to Walmart and you open your door and you hit somebody's door, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's actually and you leave, that's fleeing the seat of the car, that's a felony. So a lot of these dudes is committing felonies, you know, and I bet you any money Young Thug didn't even know half the things he was doing with the I bet you he didn't even know that having a silencer by itself can carry life. You know, I bet you he didn't even know that all those guns in the commission of drugs was the case, you know, because they probably been doing it so long. He didn't know that every time his partners come over there and they strapped and they do something or they did something and, you know, they get to talking about whatever they doing, they didn't know they was building cases. And all it takes is one person to be in your crew that's loose as a maternal goose. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then that person, you know, could go in there and work, you know. But the way, from me looking at it, it looked like they got an informant. You know what I mean? More than likely they got an informant because, you know, me being in the feds, doing 5.5 years in the feds, I know how they get down. You know, half the niggas, I done read their transcripts because, you know, I was doing a little law when I was in the federal penitentiary because I was trying to get out my own self. You know, I was trying to, you know, read the law books. So I know that, you know, in a case like this, you know what I'm saying, they more than likely probably got informants. You know what I'm saying? They probably somebody they let out of jail and niggas say, oh man, it's a real nigga, he did his time. But you know, sometimes real niggas do their time, but they can get out on what they call a Rule 35. They get out on some shit, you know what I mean, that you don't even know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they could say, they could agree to cooperate 5 years later, cooperate 5 years later, then the feds can use them. So if, in that case, if the feds, if they allow, you know, if they got some informants and, you know, Thug now was talking about anything that was even, you know, they went back to 2012. So he started his organization around that time, right? So they say he's one of the founders of the organization. So if they went back all the way then, imagine what, you know, a nigga doing if he ain't getting $350,000 a show. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you some shit that I did that I wouldn't dare do now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so, but if they can go back that far and the RICO allows them to go back as far as they want, then guess what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might be, you know, being charged with some shit that you done and got away with it. Like I was some of the best that ever did and got away with it, but if they put me in the RICO charge, I may not get away with it. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things that was going on, you know, like I told you, you know, with the hip hop fraternity, you know, one of the things I do is when people open up a chapter, I tell them, I say, man, you your own boss. You the CEO of that city. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and a lot of people don't know when you're part of a gang, you gotta let them know, man, you blood, but you blood over there in New York. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't part of the blood here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing y'all thing. So hip hop fraternity, I license them the name, the hip hop fraternity. So meaning they can DBA, but their company is Beehive Incorporated or Dutch, you know, Incorporated. So they run their own company. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't pay their taxes, I ain't got nothing to do with their taxes, but what we win at, what we share is we share the social media, the hiphopfraternity.com, so we all benefiting from the hiphopfraternity.com because all those people are accessed, that we all have access to. We can sell our music to them, we can upload our videos and they can all see it. And then on the profit sharing side, if I sell some clothing to your chapter, then you get a 50% profit of that clothing sharing. So you know what I'm saying? That's how I set my organization up, because I understand how the feds move. I told you, I don't know if I told you last time, but when you think about, you know, the Black Panthers, you think about, you know, the Nation of Islam, you think about the Hebrew Israelites, all those organizations was targeted by the federal government. You know, they tried to indict all their leaders of those organizations. And one of the reasons why is because, you know, it's the fear of the Black Messiah. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the Black Messiah is so-called Black Jesus, you know, from the hood that come and save everybody and wake everybody up and teach them group economics and teach them financial literacy and teach them about the internet. So they want to marginalize that dude. You know what I'm saying? So when you set up things, you got to look at history. You know what I'm saying? So if they can't get you with, you know, the Black Power shit, they gonna get you with the criminal shit. Yeah. So the way the Mafia was brought down was with the RICO. So, you know, I mean, they name shit after niggas RICO. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? That's a Mexican, right? RICO, you know, RICO Suave. So they got a Mexican name to bring down a bunch of niggas, right? So but I mean, but don't laugh, B, you making me laugh, right? I'm trying to be serious.
With you.
But the larger point is that, you know, the reason why I call the organization Hip Hop Fraternity, because the word hip hop is owned and controlled by the majors, right? Yeah. So if they indict me under Hip Hop Fraternity, they got to indict Sony, Columbia. So we got to be smart. I'm just really giving niggas some game. You know what I'm saying? All this I'm saying, you know, in answer to your question, I'm gonna give them the game. Try to separate yourself from the criminal side of it. You know what I'm saying? So I know that if I'd have called myself Black Fraternity, I know that they would have demonized us, made us like the Black Panthers or like the Nation of Islam, like the Hebrew Israelite. But when you use universal terms like hip hop that is endorsed and espoused by most of Americans, you know what I'm saying? Then you keep yourself out of trouble and out of harm's way. Anybody that ever watch any of my videos on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? You know, I always talk like I'm on trial. So I'm always defending myself. You know, I'm not a pimp. You know what I'm saying? I used to pimp. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just in case they want to use my words against me, and that's what it seems like they're doing with Thug now, is they're using their words and their music against them. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? Name yourself something. You know, if you want to call yourself a gang, name yourself, Donald Trump boys. You know what I'm saying? So if they incarcerate you, they got to take Donald Trump ass with you. Like we want the Donald Trump boys. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it's how, you know, it's how you beat the crime. You know, I mean, you know, you got to look at yourself like you're on trial. You know what I'm saying? I mean, imagine being indicted. You know what I'm saying? So when you out there, you doing things, you got to do it as though you about to get indicted, because we're a Black man, we're targeted. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and everybody know that. That's no mystery. So by being that we target, even the Beehive show is a certain way you got to, you know, word the show is a certain way you got to, you know, let the audience speak, because you know, or your guest speak, because you know you want to make sure that you're not complicit. Exactly. You know, so what happens is, you know, Young Thug fuck with a lot of street niggas. I fuck with a lot of street niggas. But every time you hear me say East Side, I say I'm from the East Side, but I'm not the East Side gangster. You know what I'm saying? I say that every time, so the prosecutors can't come back and say, see, he said on Beehive that he's an East Side gangster. No, I qualify that. Every time we talk about pimping, I say I'm no longer pimping. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So when we don't do that, then we give prosecutors as Black men an opportunity to come in and swamp down on us and use false narratives against us. For in the case of R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly did not commit. He's not no RICO. He don't even qualify for the RICO. He was a one-man soldier. He was a one-man bandit. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't have no bunch of people. You know what I mean? He wasn't committing no crimes like they said. So his lawyer is subpoenaing to the Supreme Court right now to have it overturned. And they're thinking about overturning because they said that the prosecutor cheated. And that's what the prosecutor did in R. Kelly case. That's what they do in the Mob case. That's what they're doing in Thug case. They're going to cheat in order to get them. They're going to give them so many charges till most of them going to plead to the smaller charges, probably going to be anywhere from 10 to 20 years. And then once they all start pleading, and then, you know, and some of them going to make a deal, then, you know, they're gonna force the top boys to come on down with it. So it's looking bad for whenever they hit you with the RICO, it's always looking bad, because if you do get acquitted, you're gonna lose so much money. You know, you're gonna lose so much money because you know that is one of the strategies. You know, of most. You know, because you gotta remember, if me and you went to Harvard, right? You're a prosecutor and I'm a lawyer. You my man. So me and you, if I could end up in your court, you said, man, let's charge this nigga, man. This nigga thug is worth some millions, man. We got to get this one. This gonna be a live one. Yeah, Jack. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kick back at you too. And we don't think that they prosecutors and they good Samaritans, you know, but you know, when you look at the deepest, some people got some serious skeletons, right? They not God, they not perfect, but you know, that's how the system work. I remember my lawyer, you know what I'm saying, Teran in Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? He said, Ken, don't worry, I got you. He said, the district attorney owed me a favor. So they end up dropping a charge on me. It was a petty charge, but they ended up dropping 2 charges on me because they owe him a favor. You know, so who to know, you know, what type of favor this is. So you know what I'm saying? I heard this personally from a lawyer that I paid, that I fuck with. So I know they doing deals and shit, you know what I mean? And who knows, you know what I'm saying? You know, they could be working on all kind of shit, man. But like I said, you know, I think that all of them, Lil Baby, you know, Lil Wayne, Cash Money Records, Jim Jones, all these brothers, you know, they need to be careful about what they claiming. You know what I mean? You could claim, if I'm a blood, everybody, I ain't got to put it on the internet. You know, I ain't got to put it out there like that because if I'm a GD, everybody ain't got to know it because now they using that against you. I heard they trying to get O-Block now too. You know what I'm saying? I heard they trying to dip in a Lil Durk now business. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these dudes around y'all, man, I know y'all rich and shit, but a lot of these dudes ain't as solid as y'all think they are. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all always see me by my motherfucking self. The only security I got is my social security card. I believe I can whoop 1 or 2 of them niggas. 5 or 6 of them gonna beat my ass. But I'm gonna fight until these niggas do the hell they business. But I ain't finna be having a bunch of niggas with me and then I end up doing some sneaky shit or some illegal shit and nigga run his motherfucking mouth. Nigga ain't finna tell on me because I ain't finna give nigga nothing to tell. And niggas like, no, nigga, I'm not finna be out there hustling with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? If I come up on a lick with some weed or something, you know, nigga give me some pounds for like 1,000, you understand what I'm saying? Nigga never know. All nigga know he smoking some Zaza. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be high the motherfucker, man. Where that shit come from, man? I don't know. It might have came from kid, but you'll never know because I ain't gonna do it with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if I make a move, you know, that's just, man, we got the young kids, man, you know, I'm a lot older than these kids. They got to get wise, man. They got to quit. Y'all got to quit, man, putting y'all shit on YouTubes, man. You know, every time I'm on YouTubes or something, I'm talking about blockchain. I'm talking about hip-hop fraternity. I'm putting, you know, young kids on my page. You know what I'm saying? It's like, kid, man, all he put is these niggas we don't know on the page. Okay, well, shit, man, that's better than putting my business out there. Shit, you know. The feds ain't finna be indicting me about putting Dutch on my page or putting J Fifth or Supreme or Cash, you know what I'm saying, me, or Lexi or H2, all of them, you know what I'm saying? I put them all on my page. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't finna indict me for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, niggas is just, man, in so many ways, man, not Young Thug now, but a lot of niggas tell on themselves be high. I be on the internet, man, I be like, damn, I know he ain't just say that. You know? And then, nigga, you hear some of the music and it be like shit that actually happened. Yeah, we fucked them niggas up on 63rd. We did this on niggas on 64. We banked them niggas on in Oak Cliff. You know what I'm saying? We yada 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 this yada yada that. And then niggas is taking pictures, you know, with the niggas that got beef with niggas, and you know, just like with the Young Dolph shit. You know what I'm saying? They said the same niggas in the same car was at the house, the picture of the car at the house, and then the same niggas got the PRE thing. And I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, man, this social media shit is crazy. This shit ain't meant to tell on yourself. This shit is meant to get rich. Like how you doing, B-High. I see your YouTube thing right there. You got to honor, you know what I'm saying? You doing major moves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you getting thousands and millions of views. That's what it's for. It's not to tell on ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not to commit crimes. You don't commit crime and go and put it on the line, man. That's just not the way you play it, man. Thanks. You know, and if y'all don't learn nothing from the OG, at least learn that from me. Y'all can say I'm washed up, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but just take that game, and it's free game, you understand me? Quit telling yourself. If you burn a nigga over there on the south side, you know, keep that between you and the nigga that you burn, you know what I'm saying? Because he can't talk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't be out here, you know, burning niggas and shit. You know, don't be out here, you know, with pounds and pounds of weed, and then when niggas kick your door in, you wonder, man, how these niggas know where I live? Man, guess what, dude? You know what I'm saying? I mean, when they were looking at what they seen they seen the Amico, and they knew that Amico when they looked at the video, it was in the window. They could see out your window, and they showed up at your house because they know that Amico. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, sometimes you be out on your porch, you think don't nobody know. Say, man, that's what I've been over the house. That's where my cousin live. Yeah, let's go over there. You know, so niggas is getting killed. They get robbed because they don't know how to use the internet. The internet was designed to make money.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why Jeff Bezos rich. You know, and like we was talking about Snoop. Man, shout outs to Snoop. Man, Snoop took all of his shit off of Spotify and off of all the streaming platforms and put his shit in the metaverse. And so when I heard that, I said, wow, you know, I said, man, that's interesting. So when I looked at it, I said, damn, I said, Facebook just spent $10 billion on initiatives dealing with the metaverse. They got 10,000 new engineers. You know, Microsoft just bought Activision Blizzard, you know, for $68.9 billion. You know, and then Adidas and Nike, all of them is in the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they selling clothes, Gucci and Louis Vuitton's in the metaverse. So, you know, this is what the internet is for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, the blockchain, you know, NFT. You know, you can sell this mic as NFT. You know why you can sell this mic as NFT? This is the same mic that Bum Beating, Grace, Big Gib, Pimpin Ken. You know, you can sell this mic for, you know, 100,000. Then every time they sell it, you get 20% of them selling it. You know what I'm saying? It's all this stuff in here is NFT action. You know, this shirt right here by Dutch. You know what I'm saying? PTSD. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it been on the Beehive show, she could sell it as an NFT. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then she could also put an NFC on here. NFC is a tag that she could put on here that every time somebody scan that tag with their phone, it could bring a whole profile. She could wear it in a concert, and she could have all her Dutch fans, you know, wear it in a concert, and it'll go straight to her new single. You know what I'm saying? You Don't Want No Drama, which is PTSD. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's multiple ways to use the internet. You know, I'm schooling her. You know what I mean? I'm telling her, look, man, you know, you got to have content. You got to do this. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know, monetize. So she did what I asked her to do. She went, she got the album. You got to copy the album. She got that. So that's what I'm teaching the people around me. You know what I'm saying? She's my underboss. You know what I'm saying? She's my president. So I'm giving her the game that I got. Monetize that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, get rich. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on that motherfucker talking about you killed this motherfucker, you don't kill, or arguing about bitches and all that shit about, you know, a nigga that both of y'all fuck and that's your baby daddy type shit. Fuck that shit, man. That shit don't get no money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, every time you get on the internet, you should figure out how to sell something. Every time I get on there, I'm promoting HHL, Hip Hop Fraternity. And people say, man, Hip Hop Fraternity is one of the biggest organizations in hip hop, and it's only been around a year and a half because we've been promoting it every day for a year and a half. You know what I mean? Naturally, you know what I'm saying, I mean, it's going to grow. If we on the Beehive show, if Beehive is talking about Hip Hop Fraternity on the Beehive show, naturally we're going to get some traction.